head's through. The shoulders. Come on now. One more push. That's it.
Holy Mother of God. Where did you find it?
It is a boy. It was on the hill, near the bridge, by the road to Swanim.
Where is his mother? Who is she?
She's dead, Mama. I never saw her before. She's not from here.
Hurry. Tell your father. He's at the castle with the others. Ask midwife Voynach if she can come. Now hurry! Hush, Florentina.
Well done, my darling. I'm very proud of you. And of our son. You look beautiful. Yes, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you for the flowers.
You know what I'm going to do first thing?
Ring up the headmaster at St. Paul's Academy.
And reserve a place for William Lowell Kane. Class of 1913.
Should have left the grave open. He will not live through the night.
Don't say that.
Sure. The ugly little bastard has only one nipple.
He was given to us by God. It is his mark on him.
Don't talk stupid, woman. The child was given to its mother by a man with bad blood. Why she came here to have it, I will never know.
Name this child.
William Lowell Kane.
William Lowell Kane. I baptize thee in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
We will christen him Władek Koskiewicz. With your permission, Pani Baronie.
Father Paweł is waiting in the chapel.
In the eyes of God, he will be ours. He is a beautiful baby.
Little devil is ugly as a cabbage. Deformed as well.
He's not deformed.
Only got one nipple on his chest, hasn't he? Mark of Satan, if you ask me.
Yashu.
Władek Koskiewicz, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Thank you, Robert. I won't be needing it again today.
Father, can I go for a ride in it? Can I?
Not now, son. Well, you look a bit spent, Mr. Monroe. My son been giving you a run for your money again.
We're neck and neck in spelling and reading, but I'm afraid he leaves me in the dust when it comes to mathematics. His grandmother's given him a new slide rule. He'll be unstoppable.
Do you want to see how it works?
Perhaps later, William. What would you say to suspending classes for a month?
Give me a chance to catch up.
Good. We'll be going away.
Well, I'll see you in a month then. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Where are we going, Father?
Later, William.
Give me the ball! It's my book! It's my book! Give it back! Give it back to me!
Stop it! Stop it!
Mine! Stop it! My book! Give it back to me!
Leave Wadek alone. Give me the book.
You did not have to help me.
I know. What is it?
It's Polish history. The teacher let me borrow it. Now look at it.
It's all right. I will tell him it wasn't your fault.
Helena! Helena! Hurry! Quickly! Quickly! Niech się pani broni. Wladek, get away from there. Florentina, take him away.
No, 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 no. Let him stay. It is about the boy that I have come. I have been talking to the teacher at the village school.
Is anything wrong?
No, no. His teacher says he is very quick at learning. The best in the school.
He's a good boy, sir.
My son, Leon, is about the same age. His tutors say he's bright, but lacks the competition to spur him on. So I would like Wadek to come and live at the castle as fellow student and companion for my son.
I won't go.
Chico, you will do as I say.
I won't go unless Florcia can come with me.
And this is Florentina?
Pay him no mind, sir. He'll be there. Bright and early tomorrow morning.
Well, perhaps we could use another industrious girl in the kitchens. Would you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Well,
We'll transfer all these records to the trust department for day-to-day accounting until the new managing director arrives.
Yes, sir, that should do very nicely indeed.
I think we're in excellent shape, Ames. I appreciate your help.
It's been a pleasure seeing you again, Mr. Kane. Your late father was my mentor, you know. Hadn't much to recommend me except a pencil behind my ear in those days.
Father said he could always tell a banker about how he added up a column of figures.
Indeed, he could.
I'm almost finished for today, William, and then we'll join your mother.
You know how to tell the weight of the cargo a barge is carrying? You just figure out how many cubic feet are under the water, multiply by the weight of the water it displaces, and subtract the unloaded weight of the barge.
I venture to say Kane Cabot Bank will be in good hands for at least another generation.
What does it say? Fortuna favi fortus. Fortune favors the brave. Are you brave? Of course. Are you? I think so. He was brave. He fought for Poland as a general in the army of the great Kosciuszko. When we grow up, we'll fight for Poland, and we'll win.
Measles?
At first, I thought he might just be tired out from all the sightseeing.
Bad luck.
No, I don't trust this doctor. I'd rather see Dr. McKendrick.
I'm sure a look in the mirror will tell you a second opinion is unnecessary. I have to return to Boston, William. You'll come back later with your mother.
Oh, no.
There's a strike at the cotton mills in Lawrence. The bank has a heavy investment in the company.
Oh.
I'm disappointed, too, dear. Your father gets to ride on a brand new ship all by himself.
The Titanic?
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest, most modern ship ever built.
It'll be lonely in London without you.
I dare say I'll be lonely in Boston, too. I don't expect they'd let you steer the Titanic on the maiden voyage anyway.
Now, Baron Józef Rosnowski died along with 20,000 of Poland's finest soldiers, protecting the retreat of Napoleon from Moscow. Now, that was in...
1812.
Good. And from that year, our motherland has been divided and occupied by Russia, Austria, and Germany.
Our tutor says there will be another war between them soon.
With Poland as the battlefield. But this time, God willing, we may emerge from it an independent country once again.
On whose side will we fight, Father?
The Russians. You see, their Tsar, Nicholas, has pledged to restore our freedom if we fight with them. And of all our enemies, the Russians need our help.
Are you all right? If the Russians win, sir, do you trust Tsar to keep his promise?
They said it was the biggest, safest ship in the world. They said I read it. They lied.
Thousands of people feel just as we do, darling. It was a terrible tragedy.
They killed my father.
Listen to me. I need you to be strong now. You're all I have. I need you to be strong for me. You're the man of the family now. Are you listening? Oh, my darling. Please understand.
I'll never understand why the British got into the war in the first place. Why not let the French and the Germans fight among themselves? They've been doing it 100 years.
Colonies, that's what it's all about.
Good for business. The mills can't turn out the goods fast enough.
Well, I'll agree with you there. But now, if I were the British, you know what I'd have done? Stayed on the sidelines, supplied the combatants, walked in when they're all exhausted, and picked up the pieces.
But surely isn't that what we should keep on?
Are you sure this is the right time?
Yes, it's high time she started going out more, seeing people.
You're a cordial matchmaker, Millie.
It's quite a match, my dear. And Kane? David Osborne. He's been asking about you since he arrived.
Millie? I'm afraid it's true.
I'm afraid I don't know what to say.
If you would rather that I...
Absolutely not. 3 years mourning is quite enough.
Millie, you're impossible.
He's the most eligible bachelor to come to Boston in years.
If Millie Preston were a man, she'd be a cad.
What a wonderful word for her.
May I get you something to drink?
I'll go with
I knew your husband.
Did you?
Yes, we were at Harvard together. Excuse me? Well, actually not together. I was in my second year when he was finishing. He was a remarkable man. You know, not just because he was president of his class and all that.
Thank you.
Millie tells me that you have a son who's very much like his father.
Very much.
I should like to meet him.
He's away at school just now.
Perhaps when he returns.
Warsaw fell to the German and Austrian armies 3 days ago. I tried to hold them at the Vistula, but as you can hear, we failed. Our troops are in full retreat. Now I'm sending you to our summer home at Grodno. Now hurry and pack. Warm clothes and your books, but quickly.
Was habt ihr denn hier? Willkommen. Bewegt euch! Die Kompanie macht hier Quartier! Nun macht schon!
It's my father! Run, King, run! You German pig!
him. You killed him.
Ich denke, du hast Glück gehabt. Bringt ihn zu den anderen. Wenn du hart arbeitest, bleibst du am Leben. Die Pferde raus aus dem Hof. Die Schnelle rein.
They will kill us.
Stop that. Be still.
Where is Leon?
Leon is dead, sir. They killed him. He's trying to help me. Don't worry. I will protect you.
What will we do?
We will survive.
But what?
We will survive.
Come in.
William, dear, won't you come downstairs and say hello?
I have a lot of work to do.
Mr. Osborne thinks very highly of you. Why don't you like him?
I think he drives fancy cars that aren't paid for and pretends to know things he doesn't know.
That's unfair of you, William, and unkind. You've no right to speak of my friends like that. You're still the man in my life. I just want you to like my friends, all right?
Well, personally, I don't blame him for being jealous of you. Or anyone you see.
But I'm so rude.
And he's a child. Just give him time. He'll come round. All right? You know that offer that Millie's husband made for me to join him?
Yes.
I decided not to take it.
Not ready to settle down?
I'm not ready to settle for that. I'm going to England, joining up.
No. Everyone says it's not our war.
Yes, but it will be. I'm just getting it a little early. Don't worry about me. I have too much to come back for now. Are you ready?
Waldeck.
must eat.
Waldeck.
Must eat, sir.
To what purpose? Ludwig. Alphonse?
Yes, Baron?
In accordance to Polish law, I charge you to witness my last testament.
No!
My life is nearly over. You cannot change that.
No! I hear Germans talk. The war is ending. They will be leaving soon. I swear, please, you cannot give up hope now.
You will swear to bear truthful witness to my words.
I swear.
I swear.
Baron Abel Rosnowski, do hereby will and bequeath all my worldly lands and titles to my son, Father. As proof of my resolve, I give him this to wear proudly. Władek, listen to me. You are my son. Truly my son. That floor on your breast, it is the same mark that I bear. I am your father.
Baron. What should we do?
I will bury him next to Leo, my brother.
Guards! Guards!
Over here, Matthew.
William! William! Pass it here! Over here!
Freaky gold, Kane. They're never gonna hang your jersey in the St. Paul trophy case.
Can it, Albright?
Hey, hot on Wall Street, cold as Kelsey on the ice.
Thank you. Albright, you want an oracle to clam up on us?
Heck no. I mean, my girl's old man did make a killing on that stock he recommended. You know, the camera company?
Eastman Kodak? And he probably got a little romance in the rumble seat with the daughter. I think you deserve a few shares of that, William.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Who is she?
Names, names!
Come on, you guys. Kane and Lester, the Gold Dust twins.
Oh, William, do you mind if I borrow your math notes?
Don't you ever take your own?
Why should I? Yours are better. Aren't you supposed to be home this weekend for your mother's wedding?
I'm sick, Matthew. Can't you see I'm sick?
Not the done thing. After all, the bridegroom's something of a war hero, isn't he?
According to him, he is.
Time marches on, old boy. I mean, you can't expect to be the only man in a life forever.
That's not it.
No?
Anyway, David Osmond doesn't strike one as the forever type either.
What is it? What is happening?
I don't know. I cannot see anyone. No one is there.
What do you think, sir? Have they left us to die here?
We will not die here. That I promise you.
Давай, быстро!
Who are they? Are they Polish?
Russians.
Will they help us?
Who's in charge?
This is my home. And you are on my lands.
Что он говорит? Здешний барин, хозяин дома.
Аристократ, а? Польские аристократы, а? Дворняжки. Фу. Понюхайте этот аромат, который прет от них. Отвезите их на реку, пусть промоет свой говенный запах. Сволочь.
Проваливай!
А ну давай двигайся, ну! Светло! Давай, пошевеливайся!
They will keep us together, won't they, Władek?
We will always be together.
Ну да. Здесь. Стойте! Стоп! Стоять! Да. Мужики, сюда! Женщины, сюда! Мужики на место, бабы туда! Ну, давай! Ну, бабы, конечно! Бабы! Стоп! Стробай! Ну, давай! Давай! Мужики раздеваться! Стой! Бабы, стой! И в воду! Раздеваться!
Давайте в строй!
Давай, снимай!
Ну давай, иди в воду, иди!
В воду купаться, ну? Ходи! Стой! Слушай! Ходи, Ваня! Ну давай, держи! Forza! Non arriva l'azione!
Сейчас моя очередь, сейчас я буду. Подохла. Она мертвая. Fortune. 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 Fortune.
Happy?
I only wish William could be here, darling, to see how happy I am.
Where are they taking us? I heard them talking. Russia, prison camp in Siberia.
Сик!
Ludwig! Стой! Смотри, что дает быть героем, ну? Хочешь окончить как он? Иди, иди. Ходи. Давай. Stand!
Maybe you should ask your superiors how many slaves you are allowed to lose in one night.
Откройте! Выбросите барахло!
What did your new father get you for your birthday?
Please don't ever call him that.
I'll tell you what, you can share my father. Hello, Mr. Clifford.
Morning, Mr. Matthew.
I'll even throw in my sister Susan. She's dying to meet you. I told her you were a keen lover.
What did she say?
Happy birthday, William. I don't know about this one.
Hang on.
Let's
Okay,
try it.
here we
Ready?
go. Okay.
All right. Oh, excellent, excellent. All right, now try it the other way.
It's good to see you again, William.
How like your father you are.
Was my father ever in this room, Mr. Lester?
Your great uncle was on the board here. He'd often bring your father down to New York with him. Well, what are your plans, William? Aside from tutoring my son through St. Paul's, that is.
When William leaves St. Paul's, he'll be top of our class, class president, and he will have won the Hamilton Mathematics Scholarship to Harvard.
As your father did. And while my son becomes an aviator, I expect you'll graduate with honors, as your father did, and take over the Kane Cabot Bank.
Well, I'd like to, sir. And then, well, the way I see it, Matthew takes over here, and one day we merge both banks into the biggest in the East.
Did you hear that, Matthew?
It's all I've heard about for the last 2 years.
That's quite a dream. I hope you achieve it. For Matthew's sake, as well as your own. I can't think of anything that would please me more.
Get up! 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 Anybody else want to die? Go ahead. I advise it. It's only a matter of time anyway. So die now! And make it easy on yourselves. Come on!
You'll be next, Buzky. You won't last long, Natalie. get to you at your next.
Mike!
Get up!
In response to your first question, David Osborne has no claim whatsoever on any part of the estate left by your father. Of course, your mother is free to dispose of the $500,000 left to her in trust in any way she pleases. Our investigation shows that she has withdrawn that amount from Kane Cabot over the last 18 months, perhaps to deposit elsewhere.
I think I have a good idea where it's gone.
Of the sizable fortune left to you, the principal may not be touched until you reach majority, when it's yours to do with as you see fit.
What about the interest it earns?
Which is quite a considerable amount by now. Yes, that may be invested, but only with the unanimous approval of all the trustees. Alan Lloyd, chairman of Kane Cabot Bank, your godmother, Mrs. Millicent Preston, and your mother.
Now, about Mr. Osborne and this latest scheme of his.
His company is one of 6 bidding for the contract to build the new city hospital. On the face of it, the $400,000 performance bond would seem to be beyond his financial capacity.
Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Cohen. You've been most thorough.
Mr. Kane, forgive my curiosity, but tell me, with all of the legal resources available to Kane Cabot Bank, why would you come to such a small firm like Cohen and Cohen?
Mr. Cohen, you whipped my father's lawyers hands down in litigation once. And my father loved winners. And he always mentioned your name with the greatest respect. I have no doubt we'll meet again, sir.
Good day, Mr. Kane. You know, I never had the privilege of meeting your distinguished father, but having dealt with you, I wish I had.
Thank you, sir.
I am not signing my name to this, but it does not diminish the truth of what I tell you. The disgraceful truth is that your husband is conducting an illicit love affair with your trusted friend, Millie Preston.
Ann, where are you?
How are you feeling?
A little tired. I get a bit dizzy when I try to do too much.
It's my fault. I shouldn't be giving you papers to sign. I don't want to do anything to upset you. Especially now. I do love you, you know.
Do you?
I don't blame you for having doubts about me as a businessman. These last few years have been less than marvelous. But this time, look, Anne, I've worked night and day to put this hospital bid together, and I'm that close to getting it. I've obviously let that keep me away from you too much. But because of that, Anne, you can't doubt that I love you.
I signed the papers. They're over there on the desk.
To hell with the papers. Anne, I'd like to open a bottle of wine. And
we can just sit here and enjoy the fire and forget about papers and bids and business. We can forget about everything but us. All of us. All right? Yes, who is it? One moment. It's Millie, for you.
Tell her I'll call her back tomorrow.
Did you get the message?
Is anything the matter?
Just a little tired. We're going to make an early night of it.
So if I hadn't called, I'd still be sitting here waiting, wouldn't I?
That's right. Tomorrow, then. Bye.
Foolish. To break the wound open again like that? Foolish.
How else can I get permission to come here?
I have changed my mind. I'm not going.
You have to. We planned the escape together.
I can't.
We can't do it. If you stay here, you will be dead in a year. It's worth the risk, no?
I can't.
Then I will go by myself. But I need your help.
I have sewn 200 rubles in the lining and an old map. Probably many of the names have changed, but you will see the route for Odessa and where the boats leave for Turkey. It will be a long journey, but you will only be safe when you are out of Russia.
Here. It is all I have. Take it.
I have no need for emblems of royalty here. You must be on the kitchen truck when it leaves for the railway yards of Irkutsk. I have bribed the head cook from my small truck supply.
Come with me.
The passenger train for Moscow will wait until the prison train is unloaded. You will have only a few moments. Remember, only a few moments.
Стой! Пойдем, ну пойдем посмотрим, что пойдем. Может, выпить можно мы?
You are from one of the camps, aren't you?
Your ticket, please.
Please. I will leave the train as soon as I can. Please.
Your ticket. Your ticket, please.
He's with me. He's my nephew. Where are you going?
I'm trying to go to Odessa. From there, escape to Turkey.
My husband is assistant station master at Moscow. I will ask him to help you reach Odessa from there.
Thank you.
May the saints protect you.
Why?
I had a nephew your age. He was studying for the priesthood. He died in one of the camps. An enemy of the state.
Hadi bundan iyisini bulamazsın ya. Bu mevsimde 3 mecliye karpuz satıyoruz. Efendi bu ne? Bu para geçmez efendi, git işine. Hadi.
To jest dobre, to jest dobre.
Dobra mobra anlamam ben efendi. Bu para geçmez. Rus'un parası Osmanlı'da geçer misin? Ne diyorsun? Hadi git işine, meşgul etme beni.
Jestem głodny.
Aç mısın? Biz açları mı doyuracağız burada ya? Git işine kardeşim, git işine hadi. Çekil git hadi. Hadi al, uğraştırma beni. Yürü hadi. Hey! Hırsızlar! Yakalayın! Yok mu isteyen? Önüne başlayın evladım be.
What did you steal?
An orange. I was hungry.
Ah, yet these hands stole gold rubies. You lose yours for an orange?
Wait! Hold on there. Just hold on there. Who are you?
My name is Władek Koskiewicz. I am Polish.
Release this lad at once. You have no jurisdiction over this boy. Release him. Unless you wish to make a present of his severed hand to my embassy. Now! You come with me, quickly. Make way there. We must get you to the Polish consulate before they change their minds. Hurry!
Every word I have told you is true.
I believe you, Władek. But with the two witnesses to the Baron's testament, both dead, and the Rosnowski lands themselves are in the middle of some of the fiercest fighting.
I want to go back and fight for them. I want to fight for Poland.
My advice for you is to go to America as soon as I can arrange a visa for you.
I do not want to go to America. I am Polish.
Indeed you are. And you have borne more than your share of our country's suffering. Now is the time for you to start a new life in America. Funny thing about us Poles. Over the centuries, the barbarians tried to destroy us. But we know where home is.
I will go back. Whatever happens, one day I will go back.
As chairman of Kane Cabot, sir, you know that under the terms of our trust fund, any investment made must be kept private. No recipient must ever know the source of the money.
Well, perhaps your mother feels that she can break the rule in this case, William, since the money's being loaned to a member of the family.
David Osborne is not a member of my family. And when I control the trust, I will respect my father's wishes. Absolute confidentiality is a rule I will never break.
You might regret such a rigid stance, William. In any case, you have no authority over your trust until you're 21.
I think I'm within my rights in telling you that David Osborne will not be awarded the contract to build the new hospital. He's been caught trying to bribe city officials. Now, nothing will be brought out in the open, but his name has been removed from the list. The contract will be awarded to Kirkbridge and Carter.
How'd you come by this information?
I'd prefer not to say.
Do you have any more bombshells for me?
Before or after you, Putzer?
After.
Well, thank you for the game, sir. I believe you owe me $20.
Oh, that's right.
I think the time has come, William, that you stop calling me sir. Mr. Lloyd, sir. As you well know, my name is Alan.
Well, Alan, I am also ethically concerned that aside from yourself, both of the other trustees of my estate are sleeping with David Osborne.
For heaven's sakes, William.
Oh, don't tell me you're the only person in Boston who doesn't know that David Osborne and Millie Preston are having an affair.
I'm afraid it's true, Mrs. Osborne. Lots of times I investigate these things and it ain't true. But they get just as mad when it ain't as they do when it is. Coffee?
No, thank you.
This time, it is. I'm sorry to have to tell you like this, you being pregnant and all. The lady's name is Millicent Preston. You want times and places?
That won't be necessary, thank you. Did you find out who was sending the letters I received?
Do you know Mrs. Ruby Flowers? No. Well, then I guess she just has her own axe to grind. Yes, Mrs. Ruby Flowers. 53, I think. Yeah. She's a well-off widow lady that your husband promised to marry before he met you. Oh, Mrs. Osborne, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you all right? Easy there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw a jolt at you.
It's all right. I should be going.
You can be okay? I can help you with the stairs.
I'll be quite all right, thank you.
Sure now.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Mrs. Osborne, I don't much like this business.
Neither do I.
I want to go to the bank, Gilbert.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh!
Easy there. Easy.
Oh my God! To the hospital.
Right away, Mrs.
Hurry!
Right away.
Oh, God. William, I want my son. Where's William?
You ought to be getting back to school, Matthew.
I'd rather be here if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, William. So very, very sorry. Your mother died a few moments ago. The baby, a little girl, was stillborn. With her history of high blood pressure, frankly, I advised her to terminate the pregnancy. Neither she nor your stepfather would hear of it. I kept her monitored carefully. Things seemed to be going well. This reaction today came as a complete surprise. Her blood pressure went up so suddenly. And she didn't put up any real fight. Almost as if she didn't care.
Let's take a walk, William. I'll be as quiet as a stone if you like.
I had the privilege of announcing your birth to your father. This very room. The pain of this is more than I can tell you, William. They've been trying to reach your stepfather. Would you know where he is?
I'll notify Mr. Osborne.
Anne, I'm home. Oh, what are you doing here? Aren't you at school? Where's your mother?
My mother died this afternoon.
What are you talking about?
The baby's dead, too.
This is impossible.
And where were you? In bed with Millie Preston.
William. How dare you, you impertinent.
William, don't!
William. You're jealous. Selfish little schoolboy.
You just can't stand the fact that your mother loves somebody else.
You get out of this house. If I ever see or hear from you again, I'll start a full investigation into what happened to the money you stole from my mother and me. When you leave, and I'll close the books on you.
I'll get even with you, little rich boy. You just keep waiting and watching, and you see if I don't.
You try it, and I swear I'll kill you.
Zobacz, jak on się na ciebie patrzy. Mówię. Słuchaj, on się na ciebie patrzy naprawdę.
What are you waiting for?
There will be enough time for girls in America.
But why wait? We have another 5 days aboard this stinking ship, and I am going to have 5 more women.
What can you do with 5 women?
What can you do with 5 women? A man who has done what you have, and you have never made love to a woman? Time has come to broaden your education, my friend. Zosiu! Zofiakowi, come.
Yes, don't. No, please, don't.
Zobacz, on cię woła. Idź.
Ka.
No proszę. Tak, pójdzie. Na pewno pójdzie. Zobacz, wstaje.
O, zobaczymy, czy pójdzie.
Musi pójść.
No.
I would like to introduce to you my best friend, Władek Koskiewicz, a baron.
Don't you want to dance with me?
Yes, but...
Is it because you do not know how? Or because you are baron?
Of course not. Maybe it is not true. Maybe I told you everything just to impress you. How do you know?
My feelings don't lie. I am a little afraid of you. That's a sign. Come. Come on, come on.
I think you're just afraid of going to America.
You are not?
Of course not. I have special plans for America.
I wish we were going to be together. I would like to stay close to you.
You will be all right. When I am established in New York, I will come and see you in Chicago.
You don't understand what I am saying, do you? Are you ashamed?
No.
Am I your first?
Of course not.
I think I am. You are my first. Do you love me, Wodek?
Yes?
I love you too.
I wondered when you two would. Great, noble Wodek with a lowly peasant girl.
You are one to talk your shit.
Hey, I decided. When we land in America, I'm changing my name to George. George Novak. Very American. I need to be very American if I'm going to be mayor of New York.
Goody there. Half the girls on this boat are going to be searching New York looking for Jerzy Novak.
More than half. It has been a long trip. Good night, Zosiu. Good night, Wodek. Wodek Koskevich, no good. You ought to change it before we get there.
It's only fair to warn you two that
All Randall has been warned of you. We're going out with you anyway.
any promises made after 48 hours of exams are null and void.
What sort of promises did you have in mind?
What sort did you want to hear? Oh, good day, officer.
Who might you be?
My name is William Kane, and this is my car.
William Kane.
I'm awfully sorry if it's
William Kane. Well, Mr. Kane, this will serve as a small reminder not to leave obstructions in the way of
Just a moment, officer.
the performance of their duty. And what might your name be?
Thaddeus Cohn, I'm an attorney, representing Mr. Kane in this matter.
Are you now?
First of all, officer, you're basing this charge on an assumption. You assume the hydrant was there before the auto. Secondly, you're accusing Mr. Kane here of guilt by association. Just because he owns the machine doesn't mean he was driving it when it arrived at this questionable location. Lastly, and most important, since you're Irish, with an innate sense of fair play,
And since there are no fire trucks in evidence, you'd permit Mr. Kane to drive away in keen and lively enjoyment of his last semester here at Harvard.
Cohen, you say? Should be Cohan with that line of blarney. All right, off with the lot of you. And just be glad I'm Irish.
Mr. Cohen, do I know you?
I think my father did some work for you a few years ago. Cohen and Yablons.
So, am I your first client?
Considering I won't get my diploma till the end of the semester, yes, I'd say you are.
Well, look, as a retainer, what do you say to joining us for dinner?
All aboard.
Good.
Kathleen, Susan, you'll be back. Delighted you dropped by, Cohen. I've got twice as many girls as I started out with. Even if one is my kid sister.
Little help.
There you
Welcome to America, Wade.
No, I have decided also. I told them my name is Abel Rosnowski. Baron Abel Rosnowski.
George Novak. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Abel.
There's a character in that new novel. Always wonderful.
I hope you like it.
You must see it.
So I thought. To your left, madam.
Thank you.
I never want to see something like this again.
Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Some coffee.
Right away.
I surely don't appreciate their silliness on the Overland Trail to the gentleman's washroom.
Food all comes from the same kitchen, honey. Ain't that so?
Yes, sir.
And you can't tell me that every suite in this entire hotel with a view of the park is reserved all week. I can't understand why you won't tell them who you are.
Hotels are run like any other business, Melanie. Regular customers get the choice cut of the chicken. Am I right, Rob Snopsky?
Will there be anything else, sir?
No, thank you.
How did you know his name? Now what are you up to, Daddy?
You'd be surprised what I know about Abel Rosnowski, honey. Be real interesting to see what he does about the chicken.
Must you always sound so down home, Daddy?
Darling, I'm paying the University of Chicago a lot of money to put the polish on you. Too late to retrain this old dog.
Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Will you bring the cigars?
Yes, sir.
Hope I haven't celebrated too prematurely. Well, the news of the loan will be announced tomorrow when the market opens. 10 minutes later, the stock will have doubled in price. I'll bet on it. And not in nickels and dimes.
What's his name, the gentleman with the mustache?
That's Mr. Woolwood.
I am sorry to disturb you at home, Mr. Dawson. But I would like you to buy F&W Woolworth shares up to my limit tomorrow morning, even before stock exchange opens, if possible. Or just another what you call hunch.
Harvard graduates. Such abundance. Even if one of them is just my brother.
William, I insist on knowing your intentions regarding my sister. Out half the night.
None of your business.
Strictly honorable, I hope.
Don't worry, the secret of your sex life is safe with me.
I never knew bankers were such a trashy lot.
If you're contemplating wedding bells, sister mine, marriage isn't in William's plan till when? Age 28, 30?
Enough of that, Matthew.
I can wait.
All right.
We go to the dinner after. Only a few blocks away. I'd rather we went to one of those motion picture shows.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Lloyd.
Matthew.
Father.
So, certainly nice to see you.
Mr. Lloyd.
Hello, darling. Sorry we're late.
We got delayed in a serious discussion of banking.
I dare say. Anyhow, I live to see the day, Matthew. Congratulations. And you too, William.
You know, as I recall, graduating from Harvard calls for tea and cream cakes. Shall we keep to the tradition?
Absolutely. Serves us right for the Boston Tea Party. At Oxford, the tradition is probably scotch and soda.
A waiter.
William won the President's Mathematics Prize. Very impressive.
Sir, waiter, we're sorry. Now the tradition, I'm tea and
I think it's wonderful.
Yes, sir. A students make great leaders. We C students make great lovers.
Matthew, for heaven's sakes.
I doubt your little Polish waiter had a thing to do with it.
You believe that, Melanie? You're not as smart as I know you are. Boy, I heard you fussing about the table.
I was also fussing about our suite. Maybe his antenna didn't pick that up.
Something wrong when they go and pass a constitutional amendment to keep a man from having a drink before he gets down to his food. At least there's no law against eating. Leastways, not yet. Wonder if they'd mind if I ordered two or something. I'm starved.
Daddy, the only reason you don't have an ulcer is because you don't have room for one.
Don't be too sure. I just got your bill from Marshall Fields.
Don't scold.
You're a burden to me, Melanie. You're a pretty one. Almost as pretty as your mother was.
If I'd had a brother, he'd probably look just like you. Real cute.
I knew there was a reason I brought you all the way to New York.
William, I hope you don't mind my choosing this very intimate occasion to make a very special announcement.
That sounds a bit auspicious.
I think that you'll agree that it is. I've talked to the board. We'd like you to join Kane Cabot as our newest director.
Hey, a director.
A director, William. Aren't you proud?
And by the time I'm ready to retire, you'll be a seasoned member of the board. And you can help us choose my successor as chairman. Who knows? You might even be ready for...
What can I say? I accept.
Please, sir, I am sorry.
No. It's my fault. I didn't know the plaza required its waiters to wear manacles.
Only a rebellious one, sir. Sorry.
Did you see it? Wouldn't I love to have something like that?
William.
Oh, I'm just a bank director, not a waiter.
William, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Afraid you wouldn't find it. Somebody got the head waiter to move us out of the slums.
I also take liberty of speaking to someone about your suite. They will move your things during lunch, with your permission. And there is beautiful view of park, mademoiselle.
Wonder if you'd join me in our new suite when you get off duty. Name's Leroy. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Mr. Davis Leroy. Yes, sir.
You come from Poland. Call yourself a baron. Broke out of a rusty prison camp. Arrived in America with empty pockets, a lot of ambition.
You come from Texas. Your family left you 7 hotels. Richland Group, I believe.
You learn all that going to those economics courses. Columbia Night School.
No. But it might make it possible for me to figure out why Richland Group, especially Chicago Richland, is running at a loss.
Owner. Afraid you're jumping a fence too there.
But I think I know one reason for loss.
Is that so?
You are absent from hotels. You doing what is called wildcatting for oil.
At a profit that'd choke a horse. How'd you get a hold of all this?
Same way I learned your assistant manager in Chicago resigned 2 weeks ago.
Resigned, hell, up and quit on me without so much as a toodaloo.
And you are wondering if I am one to be in his shoes. Yes?
Thought your daddy didn't know what he was doing, huh? What do you say now?
I'd say you better offer the Baron the job before his price goes up.
$30 a week, room and board. What do you say?
$40 a week. And 5% of any increase in profits after I arrive in Chicago.
None of my managers get paid on a profit basis. They'd raise hell if they found out.
I don't tell them if you don't.
You're done, Abel. I like you. I like you a lot. No wonder those Bolsheviks couldn't keep you locked up. You're a natural-born capitalist.
You're gal darn right. Tonight, we are going to celebrate Chicago assistant manager, Chicago Richland Hotel.
Hey, maybe you'll get to see Sofia again. Remember Sofia? She moved to Chicago.
Sofia. She is probably married, has a kid by now. They are like castles. Great hotels. American castles.
Long way away. From whom am I going to borrow money?
When I become big hotel magnate, I will send for you.
Goodbye, Mr. Lester. And don't forget, the goal is still Lester Kane Cabinet.
Oh, I thought you'd forgotten that. I have.
Who is that?
I don't know, but he was just made director of some bank. I would say he and I had a pretty big day.
Davis! Good to see you.
Tracy, my daughter upstairs.
Waiting for you.
Thanks. See you later.
I need to speak with you.
Can I wait?
Afraid not. It's that assistant manager you sent me. It's not gonna work.
Sorry to hear that. Seemed like a bright kid.
Won't do a thing I tell him. Countermands my orders to the staff. Half of them already threatened to quit on me if I don't get rid of him. Think he's even tried to get the waiters to share their tips with him. And that isn't bad enough. He insists on being called Baron.
Tell him I want to see him.
No need for you to trouble yourself. I can discharge him.
Nah. I can clean up my own mess.
If this hotel were being run anywhere near its potential, this presidential suite would not be available. It would be occupied at least 80% of the time and helping to pay some of $30,000 you are losing here every year to a well-oiled machine of thievery, pilferage, and absenteeism.
Hell, there's always a little fiddling goes on in the hotel business. Even at the plaza, I bet you.
What you got here is no little fiddle. It is practically whole orchestra. Look. Guest receipts, dining room checks, room service. Dobra? If a one-time guest checks out or pays for a meal, those thieves pocket the money and throw the receipts away. But I find them. The loss of linens, silver, and furnishings is 9 times the average of a hotel this side. And if a staff member refuses to go along with well-oiled machine, he's fired.
Just what the blue blazes you expect me to do about all this, Abel?
Fire Desmond Pacey and half the staff that is in it with him.
I've known Desmond Pacey for better than 20 years. That's right. Not a single one of the hotels he hasn't had a top job in.
Maybe that explains why others are also losing money. Your success in other fields may permit you to run Richland hotels as hobby. But my 5% of profits does not get me much when this sort of thing is allowed to go on.
Us Texans got a reputation for speaking our minds. But I got to say, I'm not in your class, son.
Are you going to fire Pacey or no?
No, I'm not. Just ain't gonna do it. I don't have to. You're the new manager of Chicago Richland. You fire him.
Thank you, sir.
I don't appreciate being challenged at every board meeting regarding my recommendations, William. Unless, of course, you're planning on taking over as Director of Investments.
I am not challenging you, Tony.
Of all people, I wouldn't think you'd want Kane Cabot pulling out of the market with stocks reaching new highs.
Gentlemen, we're all laboring in the best interests of the bank.
Look, I don't question that for a minute. It's just that, well, in the long term, I see the market falling. I've reduced my own capital investment considerably.
In favor of what? Commodities, sir. Gold, copper, tin. South America, for the most part. The research that I've read suggests there are going to be world shortages developing.
Even if I agreed, how could I ask the board to back investments in, well, unstable countries when the American economy is booming the way it is? We'd lose some of our most important clients. They'd think we'd gone salt
Look,
in
I've
the
been to
head.
the stock market since I was 15.
Yes, I know, and some pretty unorthodox investments, wouldn't you say?
William has had some luck in the unusual. Tony, if William feels that we should be getting out of the market, why don't we give him a chance to present his views in front of the board?
That's fair.
No, he
That's
won't
fair.
get anywhere, I promise you.
Mr. Kane, Mrs. Brooks is here for her appointment.
I forgot all about it. I meant to change it.
Would you explain
His
to Mrs.
family
Brooks
been with the bank for years, William. See her and then join us.
Didn't her husband?
It was an accident.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mrs. Brooks. I appreciate you coming in like this. I know it must be a burden. I'm afraid we're going to have to make another.
How do you do, Mr. Kane?
You are Mrs. Brooks?
I have identification.
Oh, no, it's just that,
My husband was some years my senior. Please feel free to get down to business. I know you must be busy.
received a copy of the bank's accounting of your assets?
Yes. Not much left, is there?
Well, there's the property in Florida, the Buckhurst estate. Your husband bought it, let's see, 4 years ago. Did he have any plans for it?
A real estate development. I'm afraid we didn't do much about it. I've been living there. It's a lovely place. I'm sure its sale will help settle some of the debts. There's also some jewelry I have.
Well, let's not be too hasty in disposing of assets.
What happened to Mr. Kane?
Oh, he's still in with Mrs. Brooks.
Thank you. My friend Matthew Lester and I were in Paris last summer.
We were there in May for the air show. Max was an aviator, you know.
Yes, I know.
I want to settle all of Max's affairs as soon as possible.
Well, I think the wisest thing is for me to discuss the Florida property and the overall situation with several of my colleagues and see if we can come up with a repayment plan which will leave you with as much as possible. Will you be staying on in Boston?
I'd intended going back to Florida. Would you like me to have an appraisal made?
I wonder if I shouldn't take a look at it myself, if that's all right with you.
I think that would be very nice, if you have the time.
Good afternoon. I want additional room clerk on duty in afternoon and early evening. Miss Byrne? We got guests. Give them service. Mr. and Mrs. O'Connor.
How are you?
Byrne? And remind Morgan, I want always checked twice a day for burned out bulbs. Nothing looks more dead than a burned out light bulb.
It's 1:45, Byrne.
If you need me, I am at Consolidated Trust Bank.
Sir?
In the President's office, Mr. Curtis Fenton. Madam. Is there anything wrong, Mr. Fenton?
Oh, quite the opposite, Mr. Rosnowski. You've worked something of a miracle with the Chicago Richland.
Thank you.
Mr. Leroy's sister, Miss Amy Leroy, holds 25% of the shares in the Richland Hotel Group. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yes. Well, having received no dividends for so many years...
Oh, that is going to change. This year I...
Nonetheless, Miss Leroy is getting on, and she's expressed a desire to dispose of her stock. I thought perhaps you might be interested in acquiring it yourself.
Oh, I must speak with Mr. Leroy first.
I've already discussed it with him. And as he has no interest in buying the stock himself, he's rather heavily invested in the market at the moment. He suggested that I offer it to you.
He did? How much is asking price?
$100,000.
Oh.
Yes. Well, I thought I ought to mention it. I expect it's a bit steep for you at the moment.
I buy it. I can give you $30,000. Oh, I have luck in stock market.
But that still leaves you 70,000.
Since the bank considers me such a miracle worker, you loan me the balance. I am sure.
Mr. Leroy told me to be careful. He said you'd have me roped and branded before I could even blink an eye. Yeah. I think you may have just become a 1/4 owner in the Richland hotels.
Oh, dziękuję. Dziękuję bardzo.
It's Good of you to come.
I hope I haven't been too much trouble.
Not at all. I enjoy having a visitor. It's a welcome distraction.
I don't think we've ever been called that before.
I didn't mean it to sound.
No, it didn't.
Why not stay on a few days?
Well, I'd like to, Kate, but I've run out of excuses now the appraisal's done. I think I can arrange matters for you to hold on to the house. I think we should sell most of the land. Prices aren't going to get any higher. Is that agreeable with you?
It's more than I expected. You're not just being kind.
No, foolish. I should sell the house out from under you and leave you with no option but to come back to Boston.
Chilly. You haven't said. Do you like my new coat?
Yes, it's very pretty.
I don't wear pretty things. I wear chic things. I'm just freezing, Abel.
Maybe I could make you a glass of something warming. Hmm?
You continue to surprise me, Baron.
Good.
Come quite a way from waiting tables at the plaza.
Distance is all relative.
Are you a philosopher now?
It was one of my favorite courses at Columbia. Zdrovia.
I love the concert. But you seemed as though you were somewhere else.
I was. For many years. I hear no music at all. Then Chopin seemed to speak to my heart like no other composer.
You sound so very European when you say things like that.
Polish.
I think I best be very careful around a Polish baron whose heart is on speaking terms with Chopin.
Why you hurry?
Hurry? I thought I'd given you ample time for one little old concert.
I thought you would want to stay.
Stay the night? Don't be silly.
I don't understand. Did I do something?
You're an experience. That's all. An experience. I just wanted you to have a taste of something you'll never have again. Now do you understand?
But I wanted to marry you.
Marry? Marry a Polish immigrant?
I am a baron.
You don't think anybody really believes that? The whole staff laughs behind your back at that baron business. Baron. Oh, look, I've hurt his feelings. You'll find a nice Polish girl, Abel. Thousands of them in Chicago. Nighty-night, Baron.
Down.
Thing I wanted to talk to you about, Abel.
Yes?
Melanie tells me you asked her to marry you.
Davis, I meant no disrespect.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to say it, but damn silly little fool turned you down, didn't she? Not a patch on her mother. But still, she's got her ways. There's lots of good in her. But a son, yeah, that's something else, isn't it? Never had a son. Guess that's why I cottoned to you so quick. Saw myself telling folks someday, I'd like you to meet my son-in-law. Now, don't you laugh. Saw myself telling folks someday, I'd like you to meet my son-in-law. Picked him myself. He talks funny, but he's the brains of the family.
I'm sure she marries someone you'll be proud of.
Yeah, sure. Some fourth-generation horse breeder. The kind that buffs his fingernails. You all right? We're still partners, ain't we? That's sure, Elite. You know, I think it's time I started Americanizing you proper, son. Gonna get us some tickets to baseball games. Go out to Wrigley Field. See the Cubs play. How about it?
Ah, Chicago Cubs. Yes, I would like that.
I thought you would. You watch now. You're in the driver's seat. Son, we're going places.
Well, we're managing to cover the withdrawals with the cash on hand, for the moment.
I talked with Charles Lester in New York this morning. The Lester Bank has agreed to allow us to borrow against the equity of the stocks we still hold. Those that have any value left, I think that should be enough to see us through.
Well, that's wonderful, Alan. Wonderful.
Tony Simmons wants to resign, blames himself for the bank losses in the stock market. I think I'll just transfer him to our office in London. And I think I will recommend for you to become director of investments for the bank. Should have listened to you in the first place. Gotten out of the market when you did.
Thank you. Thanks. Something I'd like to do right away, if you agree.
What's that?
I'd like to ask Matthew Lester to join us, to work with me.
Huh? Matthew? Oh, fine, yes, fine. Remember Tommy Rollins?
First Fidelity?
Shot himself to death last night. Just heard about it. What the hell's happening here, William? Are we equating the value of life with paper? Is that all we're worth? Just so much paper?
Davies, we have turned the corner.
Like the one Prosperity is just arrived.
72% occupancy rate since the summer.
The upper floors, I'll bet. For jumpers. Drink up, old Polsky, buddy.
Straw here.
Yeah.
Davies, this quarter we make a profit. Next quarter, a bigger one. And I want to show you ideas I have for other hotels.
I'm proud of you, old buddy. Prouder than I can say. Only thing is, I don't own the hotels anymore.
Of course you do.
Not anymore. Now they belong to a bank.
You sold them? But they have been in your family for 2 generations.
I mortgaged them, Abel, 4 years ago. Along with the oil leases, the rigs. Used the money to buy stock. Across the board. Some wildcats, mostly blue chip. I was doing so good. Guess that's why the hotel losses never really bothered me. Sure bothered you, though, didn't I? Can't give the stock away now. The only thing it's good for is hotel toilet paper.
Well, we just have to stall the bank for a while, that is all.
Bank took possession of the Richland Group last Thursday. Gonna sell the hotels off quick as they can.
But that is crazy. What does Fenton think Consolidated Trust will gain by that? They don't know anything about running hotels.
Didn't borrow it from Fenton. Wished I had. Got the money from a bank in Boston.
Good. They don't even know where Chicago is. We called them.
Already called them. Fobbed me off on some wet ears puppy. William Kane. Fed me a lot of textbook talk on having to realize on their investments in times like these. In times like these, what the hell does he know about it? I'm finished, Abel. He finished me off. Just like that.
And so am I.
No. You got a great future ahead of you, son. I ever get back on top, though, I'll finish that fella Kane off. Personally. In this bank. Oh, Lord. You got all your money invested in the hotels. In me.
You gave me a chance to own something. To be something. They did it. Not you.
You know something, Abel? You're about the best friend a man could want. The best.
You are the best friend I ever had.
Should have left you in New York. That's right. Not gotten into this mess.
How much is the mortgage?
$2 million. Hell, what difference does it make, son?
I am sorry I disturb you at home, Mr. Kane. But it is very important.
Who is this?
My name is Abel Rosnowski. I am manager and part owner of Richland Hotel in Chicago. I would like to discuss mortgage with you.
I'm sorry, but I have no authority to deal with anyone but Davis Leroy regarding the Richland loan.
Yes, but Davis Leroy is close personal friend. And I am
I'm sure that's the case, Mr. Rosnowski, but has he authorized you to represent him?
No, but I am very concerned about him. You see...
I don't wish to appear rude, Mr. Rosnowski, but Mr. Leroy is already aware of why we've started foreclosure. And I think, well, I think under the circumstances, it would be quite unprofessional for me to continue this conversation.
Unprofessional?
I'm sorry, Mr. Rosnowski. Good night.
Mr. Rosnowski. Baron. It's about Mr. Leroy, sir. You better come.
What is it?
He's jumped out the window. He's killed himself.
Abel, son, you and me would have made a great team. But I reckon if anybody can, you'll beat the Boston bankers on your own. My lawyer in Dallas will tell you I've left the other 75% of the shares in the Richland hotels to you. Don't worry about Melanie. She's got the house and what's ever left. I sure would have liked you for a son. Well, at least it was fun pretending. Goodbye, partner. I love you a whole lot. Davis.
No, I'm not trying to give you the runaround, sir. Mr. Kane is out of town.
Chairman is in New York. Director of investment is out of town. Don't you people care what is happening out there?
Mr. Kane is in Florida on business. It would have been wise to make an appointment, don't you think?
You're absolutely right. If you could tell me where in Florida your boss is, I call him and we meet there.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Are you at liberty to say when he will be back?
Oh, sometime during the first of the week.
Can you make appointment for me sometime during the first of the week?
I could only pencil you in, sir. Mr. Kane would have to approve it when he returns.
Cancel me in.
It's very reassuring to have one's own personal banker ready to drop everything.
Well, the sale of a house can be a very tricky thing.
The bank does approve.
I don't know about the bank, but your banker does. Will you be coming back to Boston, Kate?
I was a little frightened at the thought of seeing you again. No, that's not true. I was scared stiff.
Mr. Kane will see you now, Mr. Rosnowski.
Mr. Rosnowski, how do you do? I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I have a lot to catch up with here.
How do you do?
Have we met somewhere? I really wish you'd called, Mr. Rosnowski. Could have saved your trip all the way from Chicago.
I will travel to hell and back to save Richland hotels.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm very sorry about Mr. Leroy. Very sorry.
Mr. Kane, Richland Group can be very profitable operation. I have already put Chicago Richland in profit. You see, we're going to be good investment. Therefore, why foreclose now?
Mr. Rosnowski, I myself recommended to the board that we delay the foreclosure. And they turned me down. Twice.
Let me talk to them. I know hotel business.
But I'm afraid you don't know the banking business. We don't operate that way.
Mr. Kane, just give me a little time. I can put all hotels in profit. That is better deal for you, yes? All I need is chance to prove. I can do it, sir.
I'm afraid the bank's decision is quite final. Unless you can find someone who will assume the $2 million indebtedness within the allotted 60 days, the hotels must be put up for auction on the open market.
But you get 10 cents on the dollar.
It's out of my hands. I've done all I can do.
Oh, yes, I tell you what you have done. You killed Davis Leroy. He was like a father to me, and you killed him just as sure as if you shoved him out that window yourself.
We have all suffered personal losses, Mr. Rosnowski.
Don't talk to me about suffering. Don't talk to me about losses. I have sat here for a week while you were sunning yourself in Florida. Yes. We have met. Tea and cream cakes. The day you got into this bank, you silver spoon Harvard bastard.
Now, wait just a minute.
You and your colleagues, you sit here on your asses while we work and we sweat our guts out. So you can take big profit when times are good, and then you sell us out so quickly when times are bad. Let me tell you something, Mr. Kane.
When you go to bed at night in your fancy silk sheets, you think about Davis Leroy, lying dead on street in Chicago where you put him. And then you think about me, because as long as I am alive, I'm going to see that you and your stinking bank pay for that. You go to hell, Mr. Kane.
What would you suggest we do at bedtime?
I suggest we get married.
I got enough Atlantic international stock to make more trouble for you than you have ever seen.
I'm sorry, William. If this is some sort of personal vendetta between you and Rosnowski...
I want you to investigate every deal those two have pulled, and I don't care what it costs.
I am going to break him until they bury him.